Yeah, baby. Let's go. What's going on, fellas? The lockdown show is back in full effect. You know how we do. Sunday fun day vibes. What's going on, y'all? Hold on. I think we got a crowd in the building.
Hey!
What's going on?
Man,
Milton
what's up,
Brown,
TK?
Danny Webster. What's going on, guys?
Good to see you.
Hold on.
again,
I'm
brother.
trying to.
What up,
Good to-
Milt?
Oh,
There we
we
go.
know how I took a second little audio, little mic thing. Hey,
There
good
we
morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. It's good to see y'all too this morning for sure. Let's get into it.
Let's
Yes,
get into
sir.
it, man. I'm not even going to hold the people up. We know these folks. People got busy lives, so let's get down to brass tacks. You guys took a little trip Friday night, man. I was there in spirit. I got to watch it. You guys broadcasting the game, and man, we've been impressed this whole preseason. Talk about it.
Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. I took a little bit further trip than Danny did because I went to the wrong location. I went to Ashley High School. Unbeknownst to me, that's my fault. I take ownership, but it was a long trip, but it was well worth it. What you feel, Danny?
Man, it was awesome. Everything about it. Eddie, shout out to Eddie, man. Shout out to Eddie Sawinski.
Good
in the
morning.
chat. Appreciate
Good
you
morning.
joining us this morning. Eddie, I don't know. Did you make that trip down there too, brother?
Oh, he was there. I heard
That
him.
2-hour trip that was serious down there. I know the boys got to get off the bus and get a little mental work done before and after. So I'm curious to see how that translates for them towards practice and because they had a show, right? They played at they went out. They did everything that they were supposed to do. When you're talking about last scrimmage, that's dressing everything up, right? That's dressing on the salad. You want all the I's, all the T's crossed, dotted. That's fine tuned, right? This is maintenance time. No big errors, no big issues. Yeah, you want to get small details corrected. And these boys, I don't believe we had one I think we had one penalty on a celebration from a great play that was, in my eyes, absolutely not a penalty at all. But as far as discipline, the boys were on it, right? No holdings, no unsportsmanlikes, nothing like that. Nothing to actually be concerned with in that sense. Turnovers, none. Ball on the ground, not on. I mean, it wasn't a thing. These boys are protecting it. Like to see a little bit more ball security, kind of a little bit of swinging going around. But that happens when they're comfortable. And so that's a good sign and a bad sign because kids only swing the ball around when they're feeling themselves, when they're getting loosey goosey.
Got a little juice to him.
That's the only time you see that. So that's a good thing, but obviously we need to see them high and tight, keeping it up here, protecting the ball. But for the most part, the Rams, man, they were on it, fellas. They were absolutely on it, and I think for the kind of core idea for this episode, we're going to reflect on it, and hopefully it's their mission going into week one, because the word that comes to mind watching that scrimmage was just tenacity, just all out tenacity. The trenches episode couldn't have been done at a better time. Those boys couldn't have answered the questions the way they did at a better time. To walk in and handle business the way they did on Friday night is the only word comes to mind is tenacity. That's it.
Man, I agree with you, man. I love the tenacity and the attitude and all that stuff, but digging deeper into this thing, I want to say a shout out to the coaching staff, especially Coach Wooten, putting this schedule together as far as a preseason thing. It's been really cool to watch from going into camp. I know we don't talk about camp already, but just to reiterate, going to camp, that gives your team a little bit of extra something going into the preseason. Then you get into these preseason games. We pick Kinston, however that works out. We got Kinston. Kinston is a former, they battled for the state championship last year. While now they're rebounding, their name Kinston still says something, especially to a young fella. They want to get, somebody that had already been proven. So being able to go in and I'll say dominate that scrimmage. And then moving on, going to Jacksonville. All right, now we got Jacksonville coming in. That's obviously a proven opponent that has, came to Havelock and won several times. So it's like, okay, now we got somebody coming in. Let's put our dukes up. And it was what we thought it was. It was a team that is strong and fast, and Havelock responded. It responded just like I would like them to. And then in the third one, the one we just watched, you saw a Kinston team, a Jacksonville team, and an Ashley team. And when I got there a few minutes right before game time. Ashley was fired up on the sideline. There's a lot of jaw jacking and all this stuff. So the atmosphere of a Friday night was really there against a team that's I'm not gonna say bigger, faster, stronger, but gave a little bit more oomph in those areas. And Havelock came out just like Havelock does, and they responded to an even better opponent. So, and when we talk about preseason stuff, being able to, know your team, not expose your team, but know your team and properly build them step by step going against, an opponent that is, proven, used to be. And now we got another two teams that are obviously better and we still perform. Things that I would like to see, Danny, we pointed it out at the halftime, is the consistency once, the calm of the storm has settled in. When we get into those half times and those third quarters, we know those really good teams, those third quarters are the quarters that are not more important than the fourth quarters. That's all about how you finish, but they can shift the tide of the momentum.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so you can run into that 3 o'clock feeling in the third quarter.
Yes, that second coffee of the day, right? We need to not even need it. That's the thing. We're at right now we need it. Where it's getting 2-3 p.m. and the boys are kind of I need that coffee, and then they get the big play, they hit the coffee, and you see them running again. We need to cut that out. That's got to go away. We've got to.
They pointed that out in the trenches episode. They pointed that out. That was something that they know that they have to get better at. I believe it was. Oh man, I don't know if it wasn't Zion. Who was it? The mayor of Havelock.
Nico
made it a point to say, and Zaire, he made it a point to say it's how we act later in the game. So it's a point that they brought up. They realize that they know it. Now, I mentioned that. Now I'm going to give them some praise. Getting on a bus with an AC that's kind of funky and it's hot and they have a lot of elements and things against them. They traveled and played well after traveling, playing late, a lot of things against them, and they came out and performed. That shows the maturity is going, man. It's going.
The focus was there. I told Milton and Taylor getting off the bus, those boys were locked in. They were stone cold. There wasn't joking. There wasn't laughing. They were having a good time winning. They were in there. They were dominated. They were ready. They weren't. Nah, they were locked in, ready to rock. And after traveling for two plus hours with your friends, with like you said, all the things that could have taken their attention away from the mission, no, they didn't. They stayed locked in and handled it. And I mean, what else you want? Especially when you go 2 hours traveling and then you jump off and you start the game the way they did. Right. I mean, you start the scrimmage. Matter of fact, we can roll right into it because the way they start is three plays of just
speaks for itself.
Yeah, this is the way they start the scrimmage.
So before we get into it, I've already got everything set up. Coach's corner is ready to be entered. But one question for y'all before we get into the footage. It's interesting to see the progression from the first scrimmage to the second scrimmage and then to this past Friday night. It's one of those type effects, especially because everything that we've spoke on week to week and the maintenance and the fixing and the tightening up, it's happening in real time. We're watching it happen.
Literally, it makes it easier to call.
Yeah, absolutely.
To make everybody's job easier.
It's definitely so fun to watch. I can't wait. And here's the crazy part. We talk about it at home because we talked about this last night, Taylor. The trend is going like this, and there's not one time in this preseason scrimmage where the entire starting Rams have been on the field together. Not once.
That's a scary fact.
One time in the last 3 scrimmages has the entire starting unit on both sides of the ball been on the field. That'll be out there Friday. Not once.
Now let me play devil's advocate for y'all. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Because what I wanted to get to is this. Now I'm getting excited. It's the preseason. We really want to get in cheer mode. We want, we want to cheer for all the big things happening. Those big things are happening, but it's the preseason and we still got to get our stuff together. So like looking at Lloyd was had been taking some time for he had an injury and whatnot. He was down for a couple weeks. And as soon as he gets in the game, you see what fresh legs do. These guys are athletes. They know what to do. There's just time. They're waiting for them to get called on.
That's it.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go.
And so they come out, start, and this is the very first play. They're going to run. We get to talk about the defense they're in, but remember the defensive line talking about starting fast, being able to ultimately stuff the opponent in the run game and force them one-dimensional, but being able to come out fast and keep it. I want to watch this defensive line, the way they explode off the ball and the penetration they get in the backfield. And it's not one of them. It's all four. Every single person down on the ground ends up at least 1 yard deep. Every single one of them.
And that's a mantra that they led with during their interview where they say, I don't make the tackle. Havelock makes the tackle.
All four of them down here are going to get 1 yard deep. Look at that push.
Can you roll that back? Look at that.
Absolutely.
I gotta look at the extension on you. As a D lineman, we used to go hat and hands a lot. They try to take the hat out of it, and it's real. It's a chest bang and an extension. But look at the arm extension in the interior D line. When you get arm extension, you can get the dish rag and then throwing people out of the way. You know what I mean? But that arm extension says
plus you're taking up more space.
100%.
Plus you're taking up more space.
100%.
Now hold on. Now here's another. Now we're gonna go because I talk about setting the tone early and tenacity. Okay, we've checked out the D line. You see the push. You see all right. Them boys been lifting weights. I want you to look at number 13 right here. Watch Andrew Williams on this rep. Okay, Andrew's gonna come down. Oh, hold on. No. Go back. I'm talking about the first play.
Oh, okay.
The very first play.
All right, here we go.
Andrew's gonna be your left outside linebacker.
This is still the first play. That's Andrew right there. Okay. Watch Andrew Williams on this. This is still setting the tone. Tenacity. Very first rep. Comes crashing. Itching. All right. We're going to get a little push. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. You got to go. You see, that's setting the tone. That's you. Okay, you want to go? Nah, you got to go to the ground. Now, that lineman knows. He's felt that. That's not going away.
That seed already been planted for the whole rest of the game now.
Absolutely.
That is the tenacity that we're talking about, because that's what ultimately leads to them being one-dimensional and not even wanting to get out of the way. So then they run the little bootleg, they throw the ball deep. Another great play by Aluric Jackson right there.
Oh,
splitting the two receivers deep. Gonna get a pass PBU pass breakup.
Aluric is fast. Aluric is a track guy. He runs the 100-meter dash, running to his hip and then turning his head when the receiver turns his head. That's stuff that we repped during OTS. I see Coach Sabdo out there working with the DBs. They still work it now. It's only going to get better.
So, because then they go, all right, first play, tackle for loss. Bam, we got them in the backfield, negative play for the offense. Second play, boot. They throw it deep. They take a shot. The receiver gets his hands on it. Aluric smacks it out. Okay, 2 negative plays. Third play right here. We know they're one-dimensional now. They got to throw it 3rd and long. You see the boys. They locked in. They bring the heat. Collective sack. Okay? First play, negative
Havelock
loss.
makes the sack.
Second play, deep shot, incomplete. Third play, Havelock makes the sack. Do you see that? They get both ends pressures. Come on out, Jonathan Jones, who's going to be. We're going to end up talking about this guy.
That's the next highlight. That's where we're going next.
The entire year, because we talk about tenacity. Jonathan Jones. Taylor, I'm sorry I didn't find the clip where he chases around the end. We're going to see him load into the quarterback a couple times, but there was one specific where he chases him down backside, and I just didn't have time this morning to find it. I'm sorry. So, but we'll find that later. But Jonathan Jones is just going to continue to make his presence felt there on that defense.
Let's see it right. Let's just, we ain't going to talk y'all to death. We're going to let y'all see it for whoever wasn't there at the game Friday night. And I was talking to you, Danny, on the phone yesterday, and Milton, you'll love this. I remember specific moments last season.
Yes.
Before I even knew who Jonathan Jones was, and I'm like, who is this dude running out onto the field, punching his helmet with both hands? I'm like, this is what you want to see as a football fan, and you might not want to see that as the other team. You might be like, this guy might got something going on.
Now the thing about it, like, so I've seen him walk around the hallways of Havelock High School, but you know, when he put the helmet on, I didn't know who this was. So as he said, usually he's hitting his helmet and he's making these plays. It's like this young fella who is 44.
He got Jarvis in his helmet. It's like straight Iron Man.
So now we're doing the interview and I'm standing beside him. I'm like, this kid he's put some size on from last year. First of all, so
he definitely has.
And
he's been working.
Exactly. He realizes where he is in his career. He run out of time. All right. And when a kid's run out of time that has a focus, dude, you're gonna get some real good stuff out of him. He's a leader and he has it.
Let's check this out.
So number 44 right here. This is what happens when you bring pressure from as a defensive lineman. I believe this is 3rd and medium. They're gonna try a little. You see the DB out here on the outside. There's some space out there. Okay, the receiver's got room to work. They're gonna run a quick hitch. Try to get the receiver in space, but Jonathan coming off the edge, screaming and putting that quarterback on his behind back there 6-7 yards deep. That quarterback throws the ball 2 yards over the receiver's head. That receiver has a chance to catch it, turn around, make a guy miss, and get vertical for some damage. Instead, Jonathan sits him on his butt, and the quarterback now is thinking the rest of the game, where is 44?
Yes.
And why can't we block him? Now they're arguing with each other. Why can't we block? Now they're fighting. All because Jonathan said, I'm coming to touch you every play, buddy. I'm going to touch you. Every play, I'm going to touch you.
The thing about it is, you know what? Now we've identified we got a good DN. We got a solid middle, interior lineman, and you got Andrew and DQ back behind. I mean, when you add that pressure on the edge, all right, now the whole offensive line, that tackle's obviously going to give a lot of attention to the DN. Now he's going to spread that gap open a little bit more, which is going to put some more pressure on that guard to make sure that B gap stays solid. And then you got Andrew Wick. So it's a lot going on. And as these guys continue to perform individually, you show the collectiveness that it just makes it difficult to play against when everybody
almost impossible to play against. And what's crazy is, and I've always said this from an offensive mind, defenders are nothing but cones. Okay, and from an offensive
God damn it, Coney. Danny, come on, man.
We're not that's we don't think about defenders are cones. You guys are, we just run around and whatever you guys do. But when you're playing against a defense like this, those defenders aren't cones. Those defenders are problems. And that is,
there's layers to it, man. There's layers.
Then we talk about starting fast, tenacity fast. Okay, now we get to that 3 p.m. feeling. Can we continue to bring the heat? You see a little bit of it here in the middle. Jonathan's bringing the heat. Here's another one right here. Wham! Did you see that? Go ahead and read. Yeah, about 5-10 seconds before that right there.
Oh, okay. I thought it.
Yeah, but no.
Is there anything on the next play, or is that what you wanted to see?
No, that was it. That was the hit.
Okay.
Yeah. So just 5-10 seconds right before that. This quarterback is going to roll out and throw the ball deep. Just watch it's going to be an incompletion, but watch the defensive pressure here. The end who comes off, and I think it's Jonathan Jones out there. Okay, so it's 44. You'll hear his name a lot. Okay, he gets pushed. He sets the edge. Sir,
Bam.
You've got to sit down. You've got to sit down. You got to sit down. It's dangerous standing up around me. You got to sit down. Like, no, come on now. That's crazy. So, but that's
I want to see it again.
That's the middle. Now start fast, hit. Middle, or still hit. Well, now let's check the 7 p.m. time. Let's check the end of it. What are we still hitting at the end of the game? Are we still bringing the tenacity at the end of the game? That's what you're looking for in the last scrimmage, heading into the.
Can we roll that back just one more time?
Sure,
just one more time, just for football knowledge purposes. Danny said something that some people might have missed when we say the defensive end set the edge. By that he means you have an edge on this side, an edge on this side. That's tackle to tackle. All right. If my defensive ends can keep everything on the inside of these guys, that's called setting the edge. If they let that ball get outside on either side, all right, they didn't set the edge. They got to set the edge with power, boom, boom, fitting, hatting hands, pushing back, and kind of turning and setting.
Which is why you see Jonathan actually, when he takes contact, he actually loses ground. Okay,
yeah.
he gets a yard backwards,
but you got to keep fighting for it
so that he can go set that edge. And that's it. Yeah, he does. What just a fantastic rep right there by Jonathan Jones.
All right, just think here you got tackle to tackle, that's your box, and you want to set an edge to that box. So as he comes, boom, you got contact. Yeah, he's getting knocked back, but he's steadily pursuing.
Quarterback is still inside of him. That is just beautiful football.
It is, man. It is.
God, that's beautiful.
Danny, you know what you're talking about, huh?
I don't know.
I think he does.
I know Jonathan Jones can play. I know Jonathan Jones can play. I know that. I know that.
It was exciting to watch, and huge shout out to everybody that was in there watching and with us.
Man, somebody in the comments, somebody Jones in the comments, they say like a UFC fighter. Yes, like a UFC fighter. He has an attitude, and like I know, and I know what I know, and I know when I see him, when I listen to him talk and I watch him play, he got attitude.
What up, Chris?
Chris said Andrew getting tackled when he blitzed.
We talked about that last night, man. Yeah, it was some holding going on. It's preseason. They missed some stuff, but hey, we fight through it just like Andrew did.
For sure.
Taylor, I want you to run.
Yeah.
I want you to run to 122 30, 122 40. Yeah, right there. And we're gonna just check the tenacity. Actually, yeah, 123 30. 123 30, 123 right there. Because we're gonna check the tenacity finishing the end of the scrimmage real fast before we
just 123 on the button, and we'll just go from there.
That's
you talking about Zion? Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, no, you know what's coming. You know what's coming. So we started the beginning, tenacity, gotta have it. We're aggressive, we're going. The middle, we see Jonathan Jones, gotta have it. Check the receivers down here in the bottom of the screen. So this is the final drive. We're already winning. Zion, okay, tackle, bam. They try him, they pick up some yards. Now you're going to see him do it over and over and over right here. And Zion said, you know what? Okay, I got something for you. Here's some tenacity for you right
and
here.
We all adults here. Some things, it happens, but you got to fight back. And how about kind of getting beat on, not getting beat on, but, we're kind of getting pressure, having to get their back put against the wall and got to make a play kind of situation. And they finally responded in a nasty way. Woo!
And here he comes. So they run the same play. Zion, I'm sick of it. I'm done. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. You see Milton. He picks him up and drives him 4 yards back before he sits him down.
Shout out to Matt, man.
Shout out to Matt Hodge. Absolutely, brothers.
Thanks for watching in Talladega.
Shout out to Talladega. If you ain't first, you're last.
So there's Zion again, making a great play. Cool. So trying back to back. He's on it. Continue the scrimmage. We're backed up against the wall. We've started fast. The middle's been fast. The tenacity's there. They try him again.
They are trying him.
No, sir. So you just, there's, okay, back to back to back. Now we're going to keep going, okay? Because he's not done. No, he's not done. He said, okay. Now he's feeling disrespected.
At this point, you have to. It's like, who do you think this is?
And it's obviously the quarterback picking on him. He's the one throwing it over there every other play. So Zion, he's got something. He's going to have to talk to that quarterback. They're going to have to find a way to meet. Let's see if we can figure out what happens over here. Quarterback's going to
the anticipation was real.
He's going to take off running, and it's not going to be that one. DQ got him on that one. So DQ smacks, but you see the tenacity. The boys are flying.
They're flying to the ball.
They're hitting, and everything they hit drops. So they're bringing it, obviously. Now, fourth and...
This is the one right here. This is fourth and it matters. That's what I'm going to say. It's fourth and it matters. If they score, they just can't score right here. And the attitude that you bring after rebounding, after not performing well, this is what we as Rams want to see. How are you going to rebound after not playing your best football?
Yeah. Here we go.
I got to be quiet on this one. I can't. Oh, Lord. Anticipation.
There it is.
Here go
Zion. Come
Did you
on
hear
now.
the saxophones? We need to
The
play the
helmet
saxophones.
Oh
is
when he
off.
yeah,
comes.
dude.
The helmet is off now. Keep your eyes on the quarterback here.
That's
Okay,
number.
he's the one Zion's got a problem with at this point.
His
Okay?
earpiece.
So-
His earpiece is over there on the hash right now.
and he doesn't now. He can't hold his helmet. Can't pick his
You
helmet
know.
up.
You know.
Zion bringing the heat right there at the end. So you see the tenacity at the beginning of the scrimmage, all the way through literally the last play. The last play of the scrimmage, these boys hold the Screaming Eagles on the 1 yard line and gang stuff tackle the running back or quarter, whoever it was, to keep them out of the end zone. But when you're winning 28-7 or 27-7 or whatever it is, and you're still willing to fight with that kind of pride because you just don't want them to score. It doesn't got anything. It's nothing to do with the score. We've already won.
Yeah, that comes from a different place.
It's when you're operating from that. Oh no! You're dangerous. You are dangerous.
I keep calling these guys young, Danny. I keep calling them young, TK. They are young, but they're way more mature than what their age
very
is.
mature.
Because because we're talking about this happening. We talked about it at halftime, saying their consistency and are they able to do it after the third quarter.
Big Jonathan Jones, right
okay,
there.
cool. And then moving on after that, then they show and they prove it. Well, when we go back to the last episode, in the trenches episode, this is exactly what they talked about, being able to sustain it for 4 quarters. So having it as a conversation at minimum, but having it as a conversation and then having that situation happen and then responding to that situation the way that you
wanted to, yes.
I mean, that's preseason, man, and now that preseason is over, like, bro,
you have to maintain that tenacity through the practice schedule, through Monday, through Tuesday. That goes into the school work. That goes into all of it.
Not
you
just
have to maintain that tenacity,
not just the
entire time.
Yes.
Until you get a rest day, then you take your rest. You even got to be. You have to be aggressive.
You have to rest tenaciously.
You have to. Yes, you have to attack the rest. Like you have to. Man, yesterday I went to sleep for 9 hours.
Ice bath
in the day.
That was because you was playing basketball like you was 18 the other day. That's why you slept for so long. You was hurt.
Kenny Jones. They're young and need a lot of work on defense.
Hey man, they wouldn't put that work in.
I think their defense is solid, brother. I think it's solid. I mean, obviously they need to grow and get better, but we're talking, they haven't even played a game yet, brother. They haven't even played a game.
The fast teams we play this year will give Havelock a lot of problems on defense.
All right, hey, if that's how we feel, I can understand that. But look, we got Vasquez. I understand that. We got Vasquez at that outside, at that safety walk down spot, as opposed to corner. So you got speed and that willingness to stand up out there. On the other side, you got Lloyd. You got other athletes that are obviously fast. They need some work because they're young, sure, but by no means I see a whole lot of trouble coming out of somebody out-athleting us.
I was about to say speed on the football field is a problem, right?
Yeah.
Like that's why if anyone who's fast is dangerous on a football field, anyone, doesn't matter where you're at, anyone is. The key to stopping fast people is having when 11 guys are chasing one guy, that one guy's not very fast. He might be fast against another guy, but he's not fast against all 11 guys. Okay, so that's that responsibility football that you've heard the defensive line talking about. They understand what they're doing. So I don't see the speed being a big issue as long as they can keep the mental work going, man. They got it going on. They understand.
And the mental work is being gap discipline, not having 2 men in one gap. 2 men in one gap is bad football. So by that I mean, if everybody plays gap discipline football and they keep pursuing the ball, you got Gatlin that is a state qualifier in track. You got Lloyd that is just a freakishly fast athlete. You got Vasquez.
The whole team.
You got Zion. That's just 5, and I can keep going. But I mean that just bringing up facts to say there's some speed on this Havelock team too. But in any defense, if you miss an assignment and that one player pipes straight up field, sure, it looks like that speed is an issue. But looking at film, going from left to right, being able to keep them contained, I don't see that.
Yeah, I'm completely agreeing with you there, Mel. I love it.
So you spoke on Milton. You were talking about the maturity. We saw that in real time just by having a face-to-face conversation with these young men and the pride they take in the jobs that they're doing. You spoke on the little things and not just Friday night at 7. It's all other 6 other days, 24 hours a day too. And it's interesting to think how these guys have already processed that in their in their brains already, just as high school athletes. That's not across the board for every every football team. Not every team's got that on their squad.
Absolutely. And that's a huge
100%.
part in it. But we always talk about like this. Football is a mental sport. It's a mental game. You have to be developed in that sense in order to compete against the best teams. Now, you can be athletic and fast and compete, but if you want to compete against the best teams, it's when you get to everybody's fast.
Right.
Everybody's strong.
And that's what I was gonna. That was the comment I was gonna make about the comment about
same speed. They're all just as fast and just as strong. It comes down to the mental part when you're going against the best athletes.
That's that stupid fast kid, whoever that may be, insert whatever name on whatever team, is going to be a problem for anybody just because they're, like you said, they're that weapon. They're going to be a weapon regardless.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, look, week 1's here. It's Sunday. That's the big week 1 is here.
It's game time, baby. It's on. It is on.
And them West Craven Eagles are in the crosshairs of the Havelock Rams.
Hey, man.
Look, absolutely. I love those guys. Shout out to Xavier. Shout out to CJ. Shout out to you, but you guys got to hold one this week, fellas.
Yeah, man.
You got to hold one this
and,
week.
Also, when we went to we're at the Pigskin Classic. They got a new coach this year. I don't remember his name. With all due respect, good luck this season. I'm happy to see anybody get an opportunity to command their own squad. He's from out of state, so congratulations to him. I mean, I'm not being smart. I mean this with all due respect. To be able to man your own team and be new to the community. Listen to some of the stuff he said during the Pigskin preview. He seems like a really good guy. Seems like he really knows what he's talking about. So good luck for the rest of the season after you play Havelock. This game, it's gonna be so over. I seen in Walmart they had some chicken feet. They sell chicken feet in Walmart. That's crazy. It's gonna be enough Eagles. We can have some eagle feet beside them. It's gonna be the one. It's gonna be the way to start off the season. It's gonna beat a mud hole in them and walk it dry. You gotta keep going.
And it's like you can't sleep though, because y'all two know more than anybody, or just as well as anybody, that West Craven, they got football culture over there. That's
absolutely. No, that's always been a team. That's always
Cross county rival, man.
That's what, Craven County produces. That's what we do. Okay, hold on. Shout out 252.
Let's just blanket statement.
We do that. Like, we do football. That's what we do here. So that's anytime you go against another Craven County team, it's gonna be a fight.
Oh,
that's just how it goes down. But
especially it's automatically beef because they stole the floor plan from our school. How you want to be Havelock so bad? You got the same school.
Same school. Nah, it's on.
I'm just playing.
Both of us way back off in the woods. Both of us got the same floor plan, but somebody got to go. That's all it is.
Matt says, learn and follow the process that takes place Monday through Thursday. Friday night is just the X's and O's of a good week of practice, straight up. Can't wait to watch this season. Excited to watch young Webster add to the Rams program. Look, man, it's an exciting year for the whole squad, the whole program, man. You can just tell being around the field. And again, shout out to the coaches for giving us access, letting us be there, letting us cover the team. But there is a vibe once you step into that. Once you're in Gainey Fieldhouse, once you're on Sasser Field, you feel the energy. You feel that something productive is underway 100%.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Awesome to feel, man.
Baby.
Yeah, man.
See you in the end zone.
Appreciate y'all. And hey, before we get off the live, make sure y'all get ready for that West Craven pregame prediction, because that is coming.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dropping Friday morning.
I have that. Yep.
Their prediction that was on the AI flyer. It ain't the one.
All right, folks. We'll be back coming to you. Make sure you follow us on social media. The Lockdown Show 252. All right, we got one more comment. I know we're trying to get out of here, but let's just check it out real quick. I'm just saying that, guys, we scrimmaged 3 teams and got exposed by Jayville. Kinston's never had a defense. ASHELY just looks like their record last year. Jayville's exposed us. They were fast and good and looked better than like the better team. I think offense will be great. I think the offense was going to be stellar.
Exposing, I mean, it's football. Somebody's going to pipe. I respect your opinion, first of all. I respect your opinion.
No, thank you for that's what we need.
And please chime in. All right. But how I feel about it, that a couple plays here and there that you're going to pipe this football, it's just like gambling. You're going to lose, you're going to win. But it is stuff that we need to correct for sure. That's all I got.
Right on.
I would almost play the hold on. I'm almost say the opposite
Go.
there. I think we kind of did a great job on defense against Jacksonville. You talk about Jacksonville's record. Hold on, just because they break 2 or 3 runs in a scrimmage and break for 40 yards and have great, huge, wonderful plays. They are fast, by the way, but we go 40 plays against them and only give up 3 touchdowns.
What'd you say, Danny? I ain't say it.
Hold on. The normal, hold on. The normal Jacksonville tradition is you score more than 3 touchdowns in 40 plays.
That's what they did when June was there.
Got exposed. You see what I'm saying? Y'all, come on now. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know
oh my gosh.
Hey, man,
all right, well, we can't wait to get back to you guys. Make sure, like I said, follow us. We'll be hitting y'all with updates. We'll have some more chatter going on. You already know, man.
Oh, you better be back for the next episode.
That's right. Look, because we gotta have these convos. It's necessary.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
All right, Coach Milton Brown, Coach Danny Webster, man. I appreciate y'all. Happy Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your day. And for everybody in the chat, stay blessed. You know where you can catch you at. The end zone.
The end zone, baby.
Later, y'all.
Later, fellas.
All right.